Prepare to learn about the bluefin tuna, a true fighter of the deep sea, which is considered to be one of the most mythical species that inhabit the ocean. Not only is it a deadly predator, but it is also a symbol of wealth due to its immense length, which can approach 3 meters, and its weight, which can exceed 300 kilograms. At one point in time, a single specimen was sold at the Japanese fish market for a record-breaking amount of $2.80 million, which was even enough to generate the worth of a number of high-end sports vehicles. This is a true living gem that is highly sought after by those in the world of premium gastronomy. However, how are European fishing vessels able to locate, trap, and transport thousands of these marine giants on a yearly basis with such a high level of accuracy and efficiency? Everything from the utilization of monitoring drones and high-tech equipment to the implementation of intricate deep freezing procedures directly on board is rigorously adjusted in order to meet the requirements of the demanding global sashimi market. There is an incredible and meticulously planned journey that lies behind each and every slice of tuna, and very few people have the opportunity to experience it. The process of bringing bluefin tuna from the depths of the ocean to the most prestigious dining tables is one that is characterized by the use of both strategy and technology. In the same time as they are migrating to reproduce, modern fishing vessels from Europe set out on their quest to seek this highly sought-after species. This is not the same as the traditional fishing method that relies on luck. In today's world, fishermen make use of satellite geolocation systems, water temperature sensors, and biological data in order to correctly forecast the migration paths of tuna schools. They make use of three-dimensional sonars that are able to completely scan the water column from the surface to the depths without missing a single movement. In addition to that, the sky is now also becoming a factor. Drones not only take pictures, but they also transmit data in real time about the surface of the water, which assists fleet commanders in selecting the purse seine method that will be most successful, an underwater search that is directed from above ground. As soon as the coordinates of the tuna school have been verified, the specialist fleet, which is often comprised of purse seine vessels that are outfitted with cutting-edge technology, begins its operations. In order to create a genuine underwater wall that totally encloses the school of fish, these truly floating machines are able to deploy circular nets that are up to 1,000 meters long and more than 100 meters deep. The encirclement is sealed by the lower closure system as soon as the net is fully deployed. This system is like to the knot that is tied on a big bag, and it ensures that the tuna that is trapped would not have any possibility of escaping. At that precise time, the force of nature and the precision of technology are engaged in a violent conflict that takes place underwater. Automatic rotating cranes, in conjunction with conveyor belts and steam-powered lifting devices or pressure pumps, are utilized by the vessels in order to hoist hundreds of tuna weighing between 200 and 400 kilograms into the vessel. Some of the most cutting-edge systems even include cameras that are powered by artificial intelligence and can sort fish according to their size in real time. Every procedure is carried out in a timely manner, with precision, and with a minimum of human involvement. Almost immediately after the tuna are lifted onto the vessel, a high-speed preliminary processing procedure gets underway. The preservation of their freshness and the financial value of their products becomes a race against time. Every single specimen must go through a speedy preparation process in order to be turned into other premium products, such as tuna in oil, canned tuna, or smoked tuna. This is despite the fact that not all specimens match the stringent standards necessary to be transformed into sashimi, which is deep frozen at -60 degrees Celsius. The mucus of each fish is removed and bled using a unique method that is performed directly on the deck of the boat in order to reduce the amount of bacteria that can grow. Those that do not meet the requirements for sashimi, but are still of a high quality, are stored in refrigerated holds at temperatures ranging from -18 degrees Celsius to -25 degrees Celsius. This temperature range is good for preserving the texture of the fish while it is being transported to land. As soon as the tuna arrives at the port, it is moved to refrigerated containers or trucks that are specifically designed for the purpose of ensuring that the cold chain is not disrupted. Everything from the transfer times to the temperature of each individual unit is subject to stringent regulation at every level. Even a minor mistake can have a significant impact on the overall quality of the work. A tuna processing facility will begin with the inspection of the raw materials as the first step in the process. An expert examines each batch of fish in great detail, taking into consideration a variety of factors such as the firmness of the flesh, the natural coloring, the amount of surface moisture, and the perfume that is characteristic to the fish. Only specimens that are able to fulfill the most stringent requirements are allowed to access the primary production line. Fish that exhibit symptoms of damage or depart from their quality are either thrown away or recycled for products of a lower quality that are sold elsewhere. In the event that the tuna comes frozen, it is moved to a specialized chamber that is designed for thawing. This process is carried out in a manner that is slow and controlled, in an atmosphere that has humidity and temperature that are carefully maintained, often ranging from 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. The natural moisture of the meat is preserved during the process of thawing, which also prevents the layers from becoming separated or the loss of muscle structure. This is an essential component in ensuring that the final product is of the highest possible quality. The subsequent step involves extensive cleaning as well as preliminary pre-processing. In order to ensure both precision and cleanliness, the skull, skin, and viscera are removed with the assistance of specialist machinery. After that, the tuna meat is sent through a very high-pressure water jet system in order to totally eliminate any contaminants that may still be present. In accordance with the regulations governing food safety, every operation is carried out in a setting that is strictly supervised. After that, the fish is portioned out in order to conform to the requirements for the end product. Cutting machines that are automatic and can be adjusted to the desired size ensure that the pieces are uniform, which improves the efficiency of the canning process and reduces the amount of raw material that is wasted. The quick steaming step is an important and necessary step. Cooking chambers that are relatively short and have temperature control that are used to place the chunks of tuna, in order to enable the removal of any leftover skin or bones, and to eliminate some of the natural fat. The objective is to cook the meat to a superficial level through the process of superficial cooking. As a result of this process, the tuna meat is able to acquire a firm texture and a consistent flavor, making it ready for future canning and sterilization. Following the completion of the steaming process, the tuna meat is subjected to a forced chilling system in order to achieve quick cooling before being transferred to the packaging line. After reaching this point, the fish is carefully portioned out and packed in cans made of aluminum or tin that are compliant with EU regulations. These containers are lined with a protective covering that is safe for food and prevents chemical reactions from occurring. The most up-to-date packaging processes are capable of processing thousands of units each hour with almost no room for error. Additional ingredients are added to the product, which can range from low-sodium brine, sunflower oil, and organic olive oil to specialized sauces such as paprika sauce or lemon and herb sauce. These additions are made according to the type of product being manufactured. A number of manufacturing facilities utilize regional spices, such as smoked paprika from Spain or black pepper from Madagascar, in order to impart a specific flavor. Following the addition of all of the components, the cans are sealed by means of automatic machines that are fitted with sensors that enable them to determine the internal pressure of each container. It is imperative that each unit be completely sealed in order to minimize any possibility of bacterial contamination. This is then followed by the stage of sterilization, which is an essential step in ensuring the safety of the product. Depending on the recipe, the cans are placed in autoclaves and subjected to high pressure and temperatures ranging from 115 to 125 degrees Celsius for a period of time that can range anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. Not only does this method get rid of germs, but it also makes it possible for the food to have a shelf life of between 2 and 5 years without the need for any artificial preservatives. There are certain modern plants that have used rapid sterilization methods that involve the combination of high pressure and heat. These technologies considerably reduce the amount of time required for heating, while simultaneously retaining the tuna's original flavor and nutritional content. More and more high-end tuna brands are adopting this method as a trend in their production process. Following the completion of the sterilizing process, the products are subsequently delivered to the automatic labeling line after being swiftly chilled by means of a closed-circuit cold water system. The labels are printed using inks that are non-toxic and resistant to moisture, and they provide information such as the type of fish, the nutritional values, the weight, the product code, the packing date, and the expiration date, along with other pertinent details. One of the most notable features is the QR code that is put on each can. This code provides consumers with the chance to observe the entire fishing and production process by simply scanning it with their mobile phone. Last but not least, the cans are placed inside cardboard boxes and kept in a temperature-controlled environment ranging from 15 to 25 degrees Celsius, respectively. It is possible to maintain the product at temperatures that are maintained at deep refrigeration for premium batches that are headed for demanding markets such as the European Union, Japan, or the United States. This will ensure that the product maintains its ideal quality during the international transportation process. Additionally, the canned tuna business in Europe is not only remarkable for its technologically superior manufacturing lines, but it also serves as a crucial economic pillar for a number of coastal regions. Every year, this industry contributes billions of euros to the economy of multiple countries, ranging from Spain to Italy. It is possible for a mature bluefin tuna to achieve outstanding auction prices if the conditions are just right. In Tokyo, specimens have been sold for more than $3 million, which is comparable to several $1,000s per kilogram for extremely high-quality pieces of meat. These high-end canned bluefin tuna products attract far higher costs than those manufactured using skipjack or yellowfin tuna. This is because bluefin tuna is a rare and valuable raw material. The price of a small can can range anywhere from $8 to $20, depending on the brand, the kind of oil that is extracted from it, and the technique of packaging, whether it is human or automated. When it comes to enhancing the perceived value of their products and clearly differentiating themselves in the market, several boutique businesses in particular make use of old artisanal skills. In addition to the production of high-value goods, this industry is responsible for the employment of tens of thousands of people. These individuals include fishermen, engineers who work in food processing, quality control specialists, and workers who work in logistics and export. The ability of Europe to market one of the most valuable marine resources on the world is demonstrated by a supply chain that is not only complicated but also extremely efficient through its complexity. Making the most of every part of the fish, bluefin tuna is processed into a variety of extra goods, in addition to being canned in high quality. These products include tuna pâtés, tuna in spicy sauces inspired by the Mediterranean, and even ingredients for ready-to-eat prepared dishes. It has traditionally been believed that tuna sashimi, particularly the cuts known as otoro, fatty belly, and chutoro, middle belly, represents the highest level of culinary art that can be achieved with tuna. It is necessary to have a high degree of expertise in order to prepare it, which includes a lengthy thawing process in conditions with controlled humidity and a comprehensive evaluation of the fat marbling, color, and freshness by qualified professionals. In order to maintain the cellular structure and natural flavor of the cuts that are considered to be of sufficient quality, they are hand-cut along the grain of the muscle, vacuum-packed, and stored at a temperature of -60 degrees Celsius at room temperature. It is the most unique product available, and it is typically targeted for the Japanese market or restaurants that have been awarded Michelin stars. While this is going on, a number of European plants are also supplying frozen tuna fillets to restaurant chains or serving as raw material for the industry that serves prepared foods. However, the manufacture of canned tuna on a large scale continues to be the sector's primary source of revenue. Countries that have lower production costs are currently exerting a significant amount of pressure on this business. In spite of the fact that Europe is required to make large investments in technology, traceability, and compliance with stringent rules, its competitors frequently have huge cost advantages. In spite of this, the ever-increasing demand for goods that are of high quality, transparent, and sustainable is driving modern manufacturing facilities to make use of emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, autonomous robots, and data analytics in order to improve their productivity and lower their operating costs. This brings to a close the painstaking trip that begins in the ocean and ends on the table, where each individual piece of tuna is not merely a food item, but rather the product of the technology, technique, and enthusiasm of thousands of people. Although canned tuna may appear to be a straightforward product, it is actually the result of a convoluted value chain that necessitates flawless coordination from the level of catching and processing to the level of preservation and distribution. From my perspective, the story of the bluefin tuna is both a triumph of human innovation and a troubling reflection of our complex relationship with nature. It represents the pinnacle of technological sophistication in the fishing industry, yet it also raises profound ethical and ecological questions that demand attention from governments, businesses, and consumers alike. On one hand, the efficiency and precision of modern tuna fishing, using satellites, drones, and artificial intelligence, illustrate how far humanity has come in mastering the sea. The sheer coordination required to catch, process, and deliver such a delicate product at a global scale is truly extraordinary. It embodies the spirit of progress, discipline, skill, and scientific understanding applied to meet global demand for high-quality food. Moreover, this industry sustains thousands of jobs, fuels coastal economies, and showcases the remarkable ability of European industries to uphold strict hygiene, safety, and traceability standards. However, behind this technological achievement lies a silent moral dilemma. The bluefin tuna is not just another commodity. It is a species on the edge of ecological overexploitation. Its long lifespan, slow reproduction, and high market value make it extremely vulnerable to excessive fishing pressure. The pursuit of perfection, whether for sashimi or canned luxury, has pushed this species into a delicate balance between survival and extinction. When a single fish sells for millions of dollars, it reveals how deeply human greed can distort our sense of proportion between value and responsibility. In my opinion, sustainability should no longer be treated as a marketing term, but as the foundation of the industry's long-term existence. The solution lies in stricter international quotas, enhanced enforcement of fishing regulations, and a global certification system that ensures transparency from catch to consumer. Technological tools such as blockchain tracking and AI-driven data analytics can help verify fishing origins and prevent illegal, unreported, and unregulated IUU fishing, one of the biggest threats to marine biodiversity. Beyond regulation, there must be a cultural shift in how we perceive luxury. True culinary sophistication should come not from rarity or excess, but from respect for the source. Supporting responsible aquaculture, consuming more diverse fish species, and reducing waste can all contribute to easing the burden on natural tuna populations. Consumers have the power to drive this change by demanding traceable, eco-certified products, and by valuing ethical consumption as much as flavor. Ultimately, the journey of the bluefin tuna, from the depths of the ocean to the most refined dining tables, forces us to confront a deeper question. How far should humanity go in pursuit of perfection? To me, technological mastery must be balanced with moral restraint. The real measure of progress is not how efficiently we can exploit nature, but how wisely we can coexist with it. If we fail to recognize that balance, the ocean's warrior may one day become a legend, remembered only in history books, an irreplaceable treasure lost to our own ambition.